Just about an hour ago, South Carolina's state Senate passed a bill to remove the Confederate flag from the State House grounds.
And what we have done is that we have spoken one voice here with unity, and we are not being divisive, and we're not, I told them, there's no time for victory laps. There's no time, so there's no winners and losers. We're just trying to end up making certain that we move this state forward.
It was an emotional session as the widow of the late Senator Clementa Pinckney received hugs from every member of the Senate. Reverend Pinckney was among the 9 shot and killed at Charleston's Emmanuel AME Church during Bible study last month. The bill passed 36-3, but now it goes to the State House, where it's unclear how much opposition it might face. I'm joined now by Dan Rice. He's a graduate of West Point as well as an Army veteran, and he's written extensively about the history of the Confederacy. Dan, I wanted to bring you in on the whole discussion of history versus the Confederate flag, because there are vocal opponents. As we go into the House vote, you will probably hear some of the vocal opponents of getting rid of the Confederate flag who say it's about preserving history. And you have a very, very interesting take on preserving what happened when Lincoln looked at a divided nation and wanted reconciliation.
Yes, it's a fascinating subject that's been ongoing for 150 years. It's reconciliation, basically, and in Lincoln's second inaugural address, he said, with malice towards none, basically trying to bring the country back together. And this is another step forward in the removal of that flag, the Confederate battle flag, from state grounds.
Which is interesting, because effectively what Lincoln and other leaders wanted to do, and you're great at how you position this thinking, is that there was a need to honor those who were lost on the Confederates' side. Yes. Honor the generals. Name those bases after the generals. There's a nuclear sub named after.
Yes, the Stonewall Jackson.
The Stonewall Jackson.
Yes.
And try to be as inclusive as possible. You hit a nail with me when you said, I went to Iraq and preached reconciliation to the Iraqis among the Sunnis and the Shia, and realized, yes, we haven't done it at home.
No, not at all. It's still 150 years later, it's still a very passionate subject for Americans. And for us to be in Iraq, Afghanistan, Yemen, Lebanon, places I've been to all of them, and it is a very difficult subject. It's very passionate if it's in the immediate present. To have it 150 years later in the U.S., it is still a very passionate subject. And it took 99 years for us to have civil rights after the Civil War, let alone removing the battle flag. So it's just a progressive step towards reconciliation.
So some will say, well, then that's the argument for the Confederate flag representing history, and why tear down this history? But you look at it differently. You say honor the fallen, honor the soldiers who fought valiantly, perhaps not the politicians, perhaps not the leaders, and the flag may represent that.
Absolutely. The soldiers that fought on both sides fought valiantly, and the way we reconciled as a nation after the war, to recognize those who fought for the Confederacy, those who fought for the Union. We have bases named after Confederate generals like Fort Hood, Fort Bragg, Fort Polk, bases where American soldiers were staged to go to World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, in the current wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they were brought together under the premise that if we honor the soldiers that fought from both the South and the North, the Stuart tank, the Stonewall Jackson, that we will reconcile as a group. Now, the politics behind the war, the reason that we had a divided nation, slavery, states' rights versus federal rights, all of those issues we should not honor, especially in a federal or a state courthouse, in my opinion. And that's why removal of these symbols, and the flags they symbolize things, and so they symbolize values. And so removing them from a lot of the state pictures is one issue. The other issue is freedom of speech and being allowed to hold the flag up. There's 400,000 reenactors in the United States that go out and reenact Civil War battles. And that's a great way to remember history, to remember the issues, because those who forget history are bound to repeat it.
Yeah. Always important to remember reconciliation takes all sides.
It does.
And if someone's in pain, that needs to be reconciled, as well in this whole debate. Great to have you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
Great to see you again.
Dan Rice for us.